guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Imani here, and I'm back with another freaking video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about why you should move to Dallas and maybe why you shouldn't. I have a list of things that I've written down for some pros and some cons, and just some things that you may want to consider if you're thinking about moving to Dallas. If you're new here, my name is Imani Collins. I talk a lot about moving out of state. I talk a lot about Dallas, Texas. I talk about a lot of motivation, inspiration, mental growth, and etc. If you're a returning subscriber or if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for everything. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and let's go ahead and get into the video. Oh wait, follow me on Instagram right now at the Imani Collins. Now let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so the first thing I have on my pros list is that what I do love about Dallas is that there is a lot of opportunity. This is a business state and it's a business city, so pretty much wherever you go in Dallas, just meeting people and connecting with people, there's always gonna be some type of opportunity that you will come across. If you are that person that's just like out networking and connecting with people. I told myself when I first moved here that I am going to make new connections, new friends, and that's exactly what I did. I made sure when I first moved to Dallas that I went out. This was pre-COVID. When I went out, I would talk to people, I would introduce myself, I would go to networking events, and etc. I know it's a little bit different with Corona, but if you do move here, I'm sure there are ways that you can get yourself out there. I know that there are still events going on, just of course mask friendly and everything like that. A con to living in Dallas: the weather is very random. You see from my thumbnail that I was standing in snow. Right now it's snowing in Texas. I don't know about Houston. I don't know if it's all in Texas. It's snowing in Dallas, and that's very weird because since I've lived here, and even people like my friends, they've told me they have not seen snow like this that actually stick in years. It's really weird and random when it comes to weather, because I can even say even before the snow, like sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's hot, and it's but I do notice that regardless of the season that it is, you're always going to see pretty much of what that season holds. So like it's winter, so we're getting some snow. You know, in springtime, it's gonna be a mixture of hot and cold. Summer, it's gonna be blazing hot. You know what I mean? Fall, you're gonna see the leaves fall. It's gonna be a little chilly. So we do get a lot of the mixtures of seasons, but it's just weird that it's snowing here, and I'm just like, okay, it's time for me to go. Another pro to living in Dallas is that there are no state taxes. I think I've talked about this in another one of my reasons to move to Dallas videos, but there are absolutely no state taxes that you pay. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, where we have to pay state and federal taxes, so it's definitely a relief that you don't have to pay state taxes here. Speaking of not paying state taxes, which is a pro, a con to that is that you actually have to pay property taxes. I've seen this in another video like this, which I didn't know. I wasn't educated on this, but apparently you have to pay state taxes. I do believe if you rent to own or something like that, then it could go away. There's some type of thing. I think if you buy your home, you don't have to pay property tax, of course, because then you own your property. But yeah, you do have to pay property taxes. A pro to move into Texas: if you have kids, if you are like still in school, there is good education here. There's some top colleges here. There's some top universities here. I don't know the colleges in Texas, so let me look it up. Hey, that sounded kind of good. So the colleges that we have in Texas are the University of Texas, that's in Austin, Rice University, that's in Houston, Texas A&M, that's in College Station, Baylor, that's a really popular one, that's in Waco. I don't know if I'm saying that city right. University of Houston, University of Texas. So as you can see, there are some good colleges here. College is a pretty big deal in Texas. A con. Okay, let me just say this. People don't know how to drive in Texas. Like, I just want to know, what do they, like, what do the people that drive in Texas be thinking? Like, they don't know how to drive. They either drive super crazy and super fast, or super slow and super, I don't know how to drive type of vibes. Don't even get me started when it's snowing outside, when it's raining, when it's sunlight, when it's nighttime. Don't even get me started how these people drive. It doesn't matter the weather. They're gonna always find a reason to drive crazy. That's why every time I get on the highway and there's an accident, I'm like, it's drizzling. Why is there an accident? So I don't know. I think it's just because people are not used to anything outside of the normal, like, sunlight, you know, mid-degree weather. But still, it's like, come on. A pro, one of the biggest, bestest reason that I find that a lot of people are moving to Texas is because it's definitely a low cost of living here. The apartment I live in now, I've said this before, I pay literally like $1,040 for this apartment, and it was a brand new built apartment complex. The homes here, my mom lives in like a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom house in Maryland. And what my mom pays for that house, she could pretty much come to Texas and get a whole mansion out here, like, legit, because it's like the cost of living is so low. But then again, you do have to factor in the property taxes that you pay, but also I don't think it will be that much of a, you know what I mean? That's definitely one of like the pluses to living in Texas. Like, the gas prices, whew, always cheap. When I go from Texas to Baltimore and Baltimore to Texas, I just be like, I don't get it. Like, why is it much cheaper to live here? Like, I don't never like understood it, but I definitely see the difference from like the East Coast versus like Southern, you know. Okay, another con is that Texas is a Republican state. So a lot of people here voted for Trump in the election, and outside of that, in the like the, what's the two words, rural and, okay, the areas where there's not much like buildings and stuff, like just where it's land and farms and stuff, it's more of like conservative towns. So sometimes you will come across racist people. That's kind of like a thing in Texas still. Even where I live in Frisco, it's more so on like the wealthier sides of cities, and so there's a lot of like Caucasian people, which is not a problem with me. Like, do y'all thing as far as being Caucasian. But when it comes to like racisms and stuff, definitely have experienced it. Definitely is a thing still here. So that is something that you may want to consider when you move to Texas, that it is, I believe, a Republican state. And once you hit those conservative like areas, you will come across racist people. A pro to living in Texas is that it is a diverse city. People like to tell me that Houston is more so diverse than Dallas, and Dallas doesn't have that many black people and blah 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 blah. I personally think Dallas is diverse. I've been here for 2 years and, you know, going. I think it's pretty diverse to me. Yes, Houston has more black people than Dallas, but still Dallas have a good like diverse culture here. Like, I see so many biracial couples all the time, and I'm like, wow, like, it's so cute. Like, okay, like, I see, you know, yeah, it's definitely diverse here. Another con is that, so this is the thing, when my brother lived with me, like, he went to the basketball court or whatever, and there were some kids talking about like they had like guns on them, and apparently like getting your gun license in Dallas is like super easy, and it's like a thing, and like a lot of people own guns. Again, it's a conservative city, state, whatever. So yeah, I don't know if you feel comfortable with being here and like around that, but like guns and like weapons, you know, armed weapons, stuff like that, it is a thing here. Last but not least, my last pro of them all is that living in Texas is definitely a place that you can grow, definitely a place that you can start a business, definitely a place that you can meet new people and gain new connections. It's what I did. It's literally what I did here. And although Dallas is not my end all be all, I'm super grateful that I am here and I am experiencing these things so that I can tell you guys, so that if you guys want to make the decision to move here, you have me to ask questions, you have me to give you answers in videos just like this and so forth. So if you guys have any more questions, I know a lot of people like to hit me up on Instagram. Keep doing that. I definitely do not mind answering questions. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. That's the most important thing. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Imani Collins, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.